evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this. Called Morinzi. We begin with our top stories. For the past few months, garbage has been piling up in the streets of Douala, putting inhabitants in an uncomfortable situation as the environment is nauseating. Why this constant problem in Cameroon's economic city, we attempt answers in this edition of Newscast. And cable car system will soon be experimented in Cameroon, in Yaoundé, the capital of Cameroon, to ease urban mobility, curb congestion, and a traffic jam. The announcement of this modern urban transport system is being welcomed with mixed feelings, as many prefer better bus services and good road infrastructure. And few young people nowadays show interest in marine engine repairs, an activity which is highly solicited, especially in areas where fishing activities are carried out. Those are major stories. Details right ahead.
Canal International. Canal International.
Once more. For the past few months, garbage has been piling up in major streets across Cameroon's economic city, Douala, putting inhabitants. The Sherifa attempts answers in the following story. It is nightfall in Nyete, a small village in the Ocean Division, South region of Cameroon. Close to 80 soldiers. This is what happens when the company that collects garbage stops making rounds in front of supermarkets, schools, food markets, houses, and residential areas. It is common to find heaps of uncleared garbage littering. This heap of garbage has been here for 2 months now, as the inhabitants told Canal team of reporters.
The dustbin was initially up there, but now it's just that now it's a defense period. There are a lot of days where I come to the cyber and I stay alone. Like, people don't even want to come here because they see the dustbin. Some people don't even know that there is something here because there's a dustbin here. They just think it's a dustbin.
This situation has a direct impact on the population, as it is a breeding ground for diseases. The population calls on the government to provide the means for them to take greater responsibility.
I can't even stay out here a lot because if I stay out here, there are some kind of insects that live here and come and touch me, and I'll have to itch myself all day, all night. At times I go back to the house and I'm itching myself and itching myself and itching myself. I cannot even.
According to the National Observatory on Climate Change, devastating floods will be observed in the days ahead in several high-risk zones, and littoral is among. Such heavy rains flush garbage to drains, blocking them, thereby another factor that causes floods. Close to 80 soldiers stormed Nyete, a small village in the Ocean Division, South region of Cameroon. The unannounced raids led to the arrest of scores of persons without a national identity cards, retreat to rural areas, which serves as their hideout. More in the following story. It is nightfall in Nyete, a small village in the Ocean Division, South region of Cameroon. Close to 80 soldiers are reported to have carried a raid on the village in the early hours of July 12. What was an announced raid? The systematic checks of homes and its occupants, properties like motorcycles without documents or invoices, and other household equipments and weapons like knives, machetes were seized, while the owners yanked for questioning. Many persons without identification documents were arrested. The raids sent warning signals to villagers in Nyete who contribute to growing criminality in the area.
The whole village, and to find out all those who are doing illegal activities related to super palm and then effecting illegally, and for them to have the documents.
The raids, according to security officers, is to track down criminals who, after attacking and robbing victims in urban centers, retreat to rural areas, which serves as their hideouts. With the complicity of some persons, criminals continue to terrorize villagers, robbing them of their property. Security officials are bent on completely cracking down on criminality in the area.
Nous allons nous déployer dans l'une de nos zones.
We obeyed instructions from a hierarchy to carry out raids in such communities, and without thieves were fast penetrating such areas. The operation lasted several hours, and given the results obtained, uniformed officers are determined to extend the raids in other villages. Cable car system will soon be experimented in Yaoundé, Cameroon's capital city, to ease urban mobility, curb congestion, and traffic jam. The announcement of this modern urban transport system is being welcomed with a lot of mix of feelings, as many prefer better bus services and good road infrastructures. As we end for a story with our reporter, Beatrice Ngamu.
Traffic congestion, like difficult urban mobility, are rare in Yaoundé like other urban towns in Cameroon, and so the need for tangible solutions. One of such, according to the Minister of Urban Development and Housing, is the cable car system.
Le téléphérique par rapport au tramway.
Cable car, compared to tramway, consumes less energy. Yaoundé is having many hills. We can think about it, but will it be a solution to the problem? Within our present context, to me, it is, I will not say extravagant, but could not be a miracle solution we are expecting. The problem to him needs multimodalities, such as diversifying public transport in big towns with buses. Develop high-level service buses like what we see at Senegal. We can't ignore that there are many projects. The cable car means any guided transport system in which vehicles, in particular the cabin, seats or apparatus, are moved by means of a cable, like energy and also environmental concerns. How can the cable car demand be satisfied? True, solar energy, alternative solution is there, but is our climate favorable? For a cable car system, at least 2 stations are needed, the start and end lines. Find peace.
And members will render account to the electorate while addressing the midterm session of the People's Representative at the regional level. More on that story with our reporter, Saleh Sharifa.
Midway into their mandate, the 11th session of the Northwest Regional Assembly has opened this July 12 in Bamenda. Chairing the session, the President has announced that plans to establish a dry port to boost the ailing Northwest economy are near completion.
Our journey to the dry port has indeed been attained. With the Cameroon Customs Service, we are building our clearinghouse.
Representing the state, the governor has reminded the councillors that halfway into their mandate means midway to Judgment Day.
Please be rendering account of your mandate to your electors and to the region. It also tells us that
the 3-day budget and orientation debate
and few young, which is highly so. The bank visited Yupwe in the Douala 2 sub-division, an area with marine activity. She talked to an on-outboat engine technician and put together the following story.
When these outboard engines develop engines, the technician here is Alois Okun, who has been practicing the activity for close to 30 years. When these outboard engines develop a breakdown, they are serviced in this workshop, specialized in the repairs of marine engines. The technician here is Alois Okun, who has been practicing the activity for close to 30 years.
I'm repairing outboard engine. That's engine boats, the so-called engine boats and outboard engine.
He chooses to set up his garage at Yupwe Douala, Cameroon's economic city, due to its proximity to the riverside.
A lot of activities in Yupwe is based on the seaside, and a lot of people are using engines here. So we have a lot of engines that they are using to go to the sea. The transporters, the fishermen, the buy and sells, they are all here in Yupwe. And even the fishermen from the island, they usually come from, I have a lot of customers from the island, from the seaside, where they call fishing port. So they usually come up here to repair engines.
His experience and meticulousness are admired by his customers.
We have the opportunity to have the rechange part, the spare parts, and even their engine, which is the original engine that they are selling direct from Japan.
When my engine suffers from a breakdown, I bring it here because the technician has original spare parts. He also services the engine well, and it takes long to develop another fault. The cost of outboard engines range from 300,000 to $1 million francs CFA and even more, and the cost of repairs and maintenance depends on the type of fault. High taxes, lack of substantial capital and floats remain some of the challenges faced by these outboard engine technicians. He decries that young people, a majority unemployed, have no interest in the activity.
This work gives us money. If you are honest to your customers, yourself, when you are going to school, it's a sacrifice.
However, he is proud he has trained a few, amongst them Godwill Ngumba.
Actually, they encouraged me to do it at first, but I was like, no, I don't really want to be a mechanic. But later on, I came back to my senses. I said, okay, let me give a try. If possibly I can do it. But I realized that I do it more better.
Very few outboard engine repair services are available in the area, and Okun believes it is time for the youth to show more interest in the activity that could help put food on their table.
And we now take this advertorial from September 2023. Students of Institute Université des Écoles de Tropiques will have the opportunity to have exchange programs with Massachusetts Institute for Technology, one of the most prestigious schools in the world. According to management of UGET, students will also have the opportunity to obtain AWS certifications thanks to collaboration between UGET and AWS Academy. Let's have more in the following story. We are talking about students of Institut Université de Grande École de Tropiques. We will have the opportunity to have exchange programs with Massachusetts Institute of Technology, one of the most prestigious schools in the world. They have that opportunity beginning this 2023. And according to management of UGET, students will also have the opportunity to obtain AWS certification thanks to collaboration between UGET and the AWS Academy. Tell us more.
A moment of exchange between management and students of the Higher Institutes of Tertiary and Industrial Techniques, Institut Universitaire de Grandes Écoles de Tropiques, UGET, and visiting students of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology on July 7, 2023 in Douala. Both sides are discussing advantages of the exchange program between the two institutions.
There might be a possibility of collaboration on academic level where students from the UGET can go in the exchange program with the MIT in Boston to continue education at MIT. And also there are possibility of MIT students coming here at UGET for special projects like what we have seen right now.
UGET's vice president told the students they even have more advantage with the exchange program, as there will be opportunity to gain skills from one of the most prestigious engineering and architectural school in the world.
It's really an amazing thing for us to have MIT here at UGET. The president has always made sure that we receive the best, and for MIT being the best in the world and coming at UGET is really a great joy for us. We are really happy to receive them, and with all the sharing, we believe that we are going to have a lot to gain from this meeting that we had to do with them.
Once a student is in UGET, just know that your success is guaranteed. And with the partnership with MIT, I believe we are receiving the best.
Apart from partnering with the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Institut Universitaire de Grandes Écoles de Tropiques will henceforth offer students and professionals AWS certifications thanks to the partnership between UGET and AWS Academy that offers ready-to-use cloud computing curriculum. During a conference on July 3, 2023 at the main campus of the institution in Bonamoussadi, Douala, the professionals and the students were informed AWS courses will equip them with the necessary tools and technical skills that will enhance their career growth and development and allow them learn high-quality and well-paid jobs around the world. Enrollment in these courses which prepare for fast-growing careers in cloud computing and internationally renowned AWS certifications in the digital industry, begins in September 2023.
Maso Act 3 is on, with jaw-broken offers for Cameroonians. At the draw ceremony this Sunday, July 9, at the Yaoundé Multipurpose Sports Complex, the mutualists who came out massively had the opportunities to change their stories, with lucky ones winning business capital from 250,000 to 50 million CFA francs, Maso Classic and Gold. And aside the liquid cash, participants also won houses, taxis, motorcycles, tricycles, sofas, ice cream machines, and other household equipments. These, as the President Director General, Reverend Pastor Emmanuel Bisai, reiterates the goal of the initiative geared towards promoting solidarity and eradicating poverty.
Nous faisons face à des contraintes.
We are facing economic and financial constraints, and we do not act. We shall leave behind the heavy load of poverty. We must strengthen solidarity and face our realities, mobilize local finances and create champions in all sectors. We have all the capacities. From little seeds, we can become great.
Nous pouvons devenir des grands.
Addressing the population during the memorable event, the senior divisional officer from Fundi lauded the transformatory project and called on youth to quit crimes and become productive through Maso.
Those who were not selected today, they should not be discouraged, and we call on them that instead of to go through drugs, they can still work everywhere they are. Work is not only in the office. You can have your luck everywhere.
The third phase was also an occasion to decorate previous winners that have remained committed towards reimbursing their different tokens, and the laureates continue to share testimonies how RENAPRO Finance SR has rendered them autonomous.
This Maso initiative is actually what Cameroonians needed to come out of the shackle of poverty, because we drivers, we have been suffering a lot, because staying and driving for somebody, you can drive for even 10 years without even having something to show. But the Maso initiative shows that you will never drive for somebody for a long time.
And in the same light, prizes were awarded to fervent listeners of Royal FM, not leaving out the people's choice. Sanfran Thomas, Best Music Artist for 2022, and Fingong Tralala voted Comedian of the Year.